Suddhananda divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayandiyam samagaha Dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa Pashyantiyam yoginaha Yasyantam navidusura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Okay. Verse number 13. Trivi gunamair bhavai Ebhi sarvamidam jagat Mohitam navijanati Mamebhya paramabhyayam Daivi hesha gunamayi Mama maya duratyaya Mame vaye prapadyante Maya metam tarantite So, in the 7th chapter onwards, from the beginning, as Bhagavan has promised, Jnana Vijnana Sahitam. Hey Arjuna, I shall reveal myself, tell you about myself. Yatha samagram jnasyasi. As you shall have a complete, a total picture of the whole truth, about the whole creation. And now you are really getting that total picture. As you have been seeing again and again, the total picture begins with you, as even a huge drawing begins with the first dot. For you to draw a painting, however majestic, you have to put the first dot and then extend it. As even they say in a Chinese proverb, the longest walk in life begins, the longest journey in life begins with a small footstep. You may be starting for 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles, first footstep. A small, slow speed in a car, even if you want to go to safari around the world. Everything begins with a small footstep. If you want to know the mystery of this universe, the total picture of this existence, each one of us, every human being, is the beginning point. That is why, please feel that blessedness, how blessed you are, how blessed I am, to come across this knowledge. Somewhere in between the birth and the present stage, wherever you are, a confusion has happened. I have been misdirected, misled. As a child, nobody teaches me right things. Perceptions being misleading. I go on putting my full attention, focus onto the external world. Cannot blame the sense organs, as we saw in Kathopanishad. paranchikani swayambhu vetrunat. God himself, Swayambhu, the Lord, the Creator himself, as though destroyed the person, giving him paranchi khani, khani indriyani, paranchi extrovert, giving him set of sense organs which are extrovert. Tasmat param pashyati. Therefore everybody looks out, out, out. Somewhere somebody matures up. Somebody gives him a direction. Pratyagatmanam akshara kaschid dhira. Tired of these perceptions, somebody discriminative, pratyagatmanam akshara, looks at himself. Abruta chakshuhu, closing the eyes. Amrutattam icchan, desires of immortality. Thus, you are the beginning of the total picture, the first dot. Knowing about yourself, who you are. And from there you take the leap, as even I am at this moment, at once body as well as the bodiless awareness. Vachyartah, lakshyartah. Same also the whole creation. This body forms the part of the total universe, like the cell and the human body. The cellular organism will never grasp, cannot grasp that it is part of such a living, thriving human entity. By chance there is a cellular talk between two cells. They will be talking of their little life in a split second, they are splitting. Even in that split second, for them it will be some years, because maybe the cellular mind has a concept of a huge time in that split second per human being. If they discuss, they cannot even know. There are different types of cells. Brain cell, heart cell, kidney cell, liver cells, they will not know. Because they are also provincial, stuck to little places, just like a human being. Without the communication, we shall not know. There are people, white color, black color, green color, yellow, red, brown, different types of colors. Different types of landscape. Understand? But as even they cannot, between the time when they are talking, they cannot believe that they are part of a huge living organism called a human body. So also, human being cannot grasp is a part of a total living, thriving existence called Ishvara. Because you have been fed with this Ishvara God, most of the people in different types of theologies, they have been fed with this idea of a God behind the cloud, somewhere in the unknown, paradise, heaven, Swarga, or something somewhere. Naturally, the thinking mind foo-foos it, disrespects this speculation and completely knocks it off. Whereas in Vedanta Upanishads, it starts with yourself and gives you a natural, logical step from micro to macro, where this body forms the part of the total body. Virat, mind, a total mind, Hiranyagarbha. Whatever name you give, just be a Sanskrit name, don't be frightened. The total existence is talked about. You want to give it name, Ishvara, God, Alpha, Beta, choice is yours. Appreciate the totality, Ishvara. As Bhagavan says, Bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevache ahankara itiyamme bhinna prakriti. I hope you have got it by heart by now. Aparayam. Yam apara prakriti, these 8. Itastvanyam, other than this 8, whatever is left behind. Prakrutim paramiti vidhi, know my para prakriti, the supreme transcendental being, awareness. Where is existing? Jiva bhutam, not only as the 5 elements, manobuddhi hankar, he swallows up our body, our mind, but also as consciousness is part of me. Finished. Therefore the totality now sings in unison. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Hey Arjuna, mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti. There is nothing other than me. When God says I, everything is all-inclusive. Not that he's sitting down in a form and talking that. You can see that. Just see the vastness. Yes, if you give in a form, that is where comes your avatar, incarnation and all that thing. The veracity or the truth of it is verified only when you can verify the truth about yourself. God is not a subject of speculation. Ishvara is not a matter of belief or disbelief. Do you believe in yourself or you are? You are not a matter of speculation. Who am I is not a matter of speculation. It's an analysis. You understand, so many things I take myself to be, so many relative identities. What is this I? Absolute. Aham Atma. Please see that. This is your meditation. This is your wisdom. It's not a speculation, nor is a matter of belief or disbelief. In my tradition, I believe I am the body. In our tradition, I believe I am a mind. Why arguing? If it's subject to cancellation on verification, it is not knowledge. You can hold on to something, but can it stand? Does it stand the test of inquiry? To be proved wrong is not a defeat. Listen carefully. To be proved wrong is not a defeat. To be proved wrong is a growth in right dimension. Why should I hold on to something wrong as right? And why should I feel offended if somebody proves me wrong? I am wrong. Therefore, I should be happy to be proved wrong. Healthy approach. Are you getting that point, please? Healthy approach in life. If somebody proves me wrong, is he not my great teacher? Suppose I have been eating sweet along, happily I have been going on eating, happily I have been going on. Somebody says, no, don't do it. If you do it, you shall be diabetic. I don't understand. I don't accept. Then one day, I fall with a huge reeling sensation. Then he says, diabetic. Oh, then you know, Ari, that man who was telling those days, I should have listened to. Like Kalidasa. Kalidasa, he was such a dunce, never studied anything. Never. And there was a group of Pandit, learned scholar, they were returning from the king's court because the princess was very learned, scholarly, and she was very, in their opinion, very arrogant. Because she had put a very stiff condition. Anybody who can defeat me in argument, I shall marry him. And very few people are more learned than him. So these Pandits had gone there putting up one fellow. They are supporting him, but she defeated them. They are so humiliated, they promised themselves, we shall get her married to a dunce. And these four fellows are coming back, and then see Kalidas, the ideal candidate. On the tree, the big branch is there. So he's sitting out the end of the branch and cutting down the root. sitting on the 2-3 feet into the branch, looking at the branch, cutting the root. Then they say, "You stupid man, you will fall." "Yeah, go. What do you know about anything?" "True." He left. In 2 minutes' time, the whole branch fell. And he also fell. So he's wondering, oh, they knew the future. They knew the future. They are wise people. He ran and catches up with them. Then these fellows say, "This is the right person. This is the one we should get him married to this boy, at a girl." Huh? And they take him there. And they pretend, he is our guru. He will not say anything. In silence only there will be argument. Only by symbols. He is a great learned person. He doesn't want to talk. If you are a Mauni sadhu, very comfortable and convenient. Because whatever you say, that is when you keep quiet, everybody understands whatever they want to understand. So you are safe. Is there a God? So each one says, see, profound. He is so much well-versed, so lost in that he can't even open his mouth. Another person, he says, no, there is no God. Because you don't want to believe God, so you interpret he is not believing God. Other person says, oh, he was lost in the total godliness. His godliness is total silence. People can give million stupid interpretations. You do anything quietly. That is why the paintings. You do see a painting, the painter himself doesn't understand so many ideas he had kept. Because people give million interpretations in that little frame. So anyway, the story, he defeated him. And when he defeated, that is the story. Anyways, he married and then later on she discovers and the story goes on. Anyway, to be proved wrong is not a humiliation. Because if you have proved wrong, you grow in life. In fact, you should be waiting to be disproved. If you claim to have your truth, you should wait to be dismissed. If nobody can dismiss you, then only you are the truth. Every identity is false because subject to dismissal on verification. Whereas absolute who you are cannot be dismissed. When the waking dismisses dream and deep sleep, dream dismisses waking and sleep, sleep dismisses waking and dream, none of this can dismiss consciousness. That is why your self is trikalatita, other than the 3 different states, 3 different conditions. Who you are, the absolute identity, cannot be touched by any gross identity. Therefore, knowing yourself, you are the beginning. And then Ishvara alone is existing. Matta parataram nanyat. And Bhagavan says, in fact, I am the fragrance in punyagandha prithibhyamscha tejaschasmi vibhavasu. Vibhavasu means Agni, fire. Vibhavasu Agni asmi. Tejasasmi. I am the brilliance in the fire. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu, the life in the living. The living, throbbing energy that pulsates through the universe. I am that reality, the Jivana, the life. Tapaschasmi tapasshishu, the austerity in the austere. What else can I say, Arjuna? Sarvabhutanam sanatanam bijamiti buddhi. Know me to be the sanatana bija, the eternal seed of the universe. Buddhi buddhimatam asmyam, the intelligence of the intelligent. Tejas tejasyanamyam, brightness of the bright, brilliance of the brilliance. Everything is me. And also, what you see, sattva, rajas, tamas, different types of expressions, mood, manifestations in a human being, in the whole creation, that also is me. Mattayevatan viddhi, they come from me. And who is these 3 gunamayi bhavai? So these three gunas, gunamayi, guna vikarehi, gunamayi bhavaihi, guna vikara. What is that? Raga, dvesha, mohadivi, prakarehi, mohitam jagat. These gunas has got 3 qualities. Raga, dvesha, moha. Guna vikara. The person comes under the spell of this. Oh, then man is nowhere responsible for anything. No, no, no. Don't say that. This way you cannot take away the responsibility. Just like today, people try to give a chemical explanation of the brain and everything transferred to the genes or the brain chemicals, that this particular chemical makes a rapist, this particular chemical makes a homosexual, this chemical makes a heterosexual, this chemical makes a depressed, this chemical. So everything is guided by the chemicals. Genetically the person is like this. There is some gene which makes you this. Suppose you have got programmed to be a cancer, that's a different thing altogether. But human behavior, if you say so, then the ultimate human individual responsibility goes away. You must know, yes, this is how it functions. That is fantastic. But to come under the spell or not to come under the spell is your choice. Because the same person certain times behave in a very sensible way. Not that he is always angry. When he is doing something wrong, you call him under the spell. Like a person is drunk. And when he is doing something right, he is fine. But how did he come under the spell of the drink? You blame the drink without allowing him the chance or giving him the chance to say that he got drunk. This is a big point you must discover, because you cannot pass on the human responsibility. That way, you have to condone every offense. Oh, what can he do? That is his childhood. What can he do? That is his anger. That is whatever you can say. If he identifies with it only, it becomes trouble. Appreciates. This morning, somebody sent me an email. Very interesting. He says, the fellow came drunk to the house. So somebody asked him, how come you come drunk to the house? He said, what can I do? Bad company. See, what shall I do? Bad company. Explain yourself. I went to the pub with 4 friends. There was 1 bottle of wine, but these 3 fellows never drink. What can I do? So he was in a bad, are you getting that? He was in a bad company because the other fellows don't drink. So he has to, poor thing, he has to finish the 1 bottle alone. The bad company. You understand? You see the twisting of the twisting brain? The brain is twisted, you can twist everything to its advantage. Like another person telling, you know, my wife is horrible. And she was very unhappy, sad, as though somebody is dead. So the friend asked him, what happened? Why are you so unhappy? He said, my wife, I don't know what to do with her. What did he do? He said, I had done this, done that, and slowly, like a squirrel, I had collected 1 cent, 2 cents, 10 cents, like that. I had kept $100. I was going to go for a racing and for a drinking, gambling and drinking. This woman of mine completely blew the whole thing on rent and the grocery. Can you believe that? Now, you understand this situation? For if she blew the whole thing on rent and grocery, true, it's a very bad thing. What do? Always blaming others, another person. Very, very, gambling, compulsive gambler. Lost everything, then stands on the road. Then whoever passes by, he says, can you give me some money? If you give me money, give me $100, I'll make it 200 in 1 hour and give you back your dollar. Nobody believes it, nobody gives. One Texan millionaire, oil man, rich fellow, was coming that way. He said, boss, can you give me $100? I'll make you 200. This fellow is too rich. Crisp $100 bill gives him. In no time he goes there, blows it on the horse. Defeat, lost in the gambling. Second day, same time, the same man is coming again, another 100. 3 weeks, every day he got a $100 bill and he lost it in no time. Then he goes back to one of his zombie friends. Why no? Zombie, gambler, lost. Goes to friends, says, hey, I am feeling ashamed. At last, after 3 weeks, he feels ashamed. this is very bad, this man is so generous. I have been asking for, this money and that, and he's giving, and every day I'm losing. What do you suggest? Then the great zombie advises him, I think that man is your bad luck. Change the fellow. You understand? Why are you all laughing? Because this is the logic of perverted brain. This much for the chemicals in the body and the chemicals for the genetical defect. Not everywhere, eh? The moods. Moods do come, both for ignorant as well as for the wise. The same person who commits a crime in relation to something, ask him, why is he committing that crime? There is a purpose. It's not a mindless crime. Satisfying something in himself, either for a son or a daughter or a family or a food, drugs or a habit. In the first place, how the habit came about. The person must be held responsible. If you are getting that point, if you completely condone the person and blame everything called emotion or everything thought, then where is the human responsibility? It completely goes away. You must take the responsibility. Yes, sometimes you fail, sometimes you succeed. If you succeed, very good. Sometimes fail, all right, give them a chance. But the person must be willing to change. You cannot just tell him, what can do is, chemicals is this and that. Gunas, so now another description, gunas, what can I do? I came under Rajo Guna spell and therefore this happened. All right, now that I'm a victim of that, so I am going to punish you. Don't worry about it. Are you ready for the punishment? If you can do it very happily, why are you not prepared to be punished also happily? Please understand. Always forgiving does not pay. Understand? You cannot take. Always forgiving does not pay. Sometimes it does pay, like anything. Sometimes also your hard, very hard principles, disciplines do pay. After this morning I was reading a newspaper, there is a big Hollywood actress, what is that lady's name? Sandra Bullock, they say. She is supposed to, I forget, just because I read it and I don't remember all names, don't worry. So that Bullock, some Speed, one movie she has acted and all that, and very good actor. But she keeps herself in a very athletic shape. Why? Because she says, I owe it to my mother. When I was young, she forced me into gymnastics, she forced me into swimming, she forced me into these things. I hated my mother that time, but now I adore. See that? One time you are very angry with somebody who corrects you. But later on when you grow up, what happens? You suddenly say, thanks to my teacher, if they would have allowed us to play around, I won't be the top engineer. Thanks to my father or mother who was like this. Had he been released me like this, I would have been totally free. I would have been a waster now that I'm successful. So every time you forgive somebody is not a great thing. Sometimes punishing makes a person nice. So you decide where and how much. But ultimately take the responsibility. But these three gunas, raga, dvesha, moha, vikarehi, mohitam na avijanati, completely comes under the spell of the ignorance. Next question, then when shall he know? One time, are you tired? You must get tired of your own suffering. That is where you become mumukshu, desirous of liberation, freedom. That is why also people go to extreme cases and they suddenly turn new leaf. They go on getting drunk, then get tired. They leave the whole thing overnight. Most of the family, listen things, when you see that in life, you shall see that. They complete U-turn. They take complete U-turn. Rogue, rascal, insensitive, inconsistent. But suddenly takes a turn. Tired of everything. And he says, no, enough. That is why they say every sinner has a future, every saint has a past. Every saint has a past. He was not always saintly. Well, he was a rogue at one time. And every rogue has a future. Because ultimately that hope is in you. So, Mahoitam na abhijanati, mam na abhijanati, ebhya gunebhyah anya, param abhyayam mam na abhijanati. Ebhya gunebhyah param, that which is beyond these gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, different types of moods like raga, dvesha, moha, beyond all these things, abhyayam na bhyeti, which is never affected, never perishes, param, desha kala vastu parijada sunyam, available at all times, all places, all conditions. Mam na abhijanati. Why is it so? Daivi hesha gunamayi, mama maya duratteya. Esha maya daivi, devasya, ishwarasya, vishnoho swabhuta daivi. Because it is part of Ishvara himself. Ishvara, Brahmasrita Maya, Ishvara. Consciousness with total ignorance Maya. It's all consciousness. That is why, as I told, you don't get affected by anything. It is not a separate force away from the reality. The same thing, consciousness with the Maya Shakti, we saw it in the Kathopanishad, Ishvara. And very difficult to cross because each individual comes under the spell of it. This is the Prakriti. We saw it in the 4th chapter. Purusham Prakriti. Mayam tu Prakritim Vidhi, Mayinam tu Maheshwara. That Prakriti, the Prakarshena Kruti Yogitvat Prakriti, that which has the capacity to produce everything. In the presence of ignorance, projection is, ignorance has got two capacity. Avarana, Vikshepa. Maya, ignorance, avidya has two capacity. First it covers up, then it projects. Simple example as we saw in your Tattvabodh classes. You look at the rope. If you see the rope as it is, no problem. Don't see the rope at all, no problem. See and don't see, problem begins. Pure ignorance, bliss. Pure knowledge, blissful. But when the knowledge comes under the, knowledge and ignorance come together, you see the rope but don't see the rope, projection takes place. Because ignorance has two capacity, avarana, vikshepa. It covers up, then projects. Like, when I don't know about you at all, stranger, no problem. I know you very well, no problem. But I know and do not know, sometimes I think what you must be thinking, that is the time the truth is covered. Projection begins. Misunderstanding creates havoc in your life. Misunderstanding is your own projection. First it covers up the truth because you don't know the truth. But then you happily go on projecting. This is where the person must be thinking. This is how the fellow is. Then you suffer. So this Shakti, Maya Shakti, so you want to get out of it? Mame vaye prapadyante. Those who come to me, Maya metam tarantite. Hold on to the light, darkness goes. Automatically darkness doesn't exist. What darkness? In the light, what is the darkness? In Nirguna Brahma, what guna? So how do I hold on to him? Hold on to yourself. Holding on to Ishvara, are you getting that point? Holding on to Ishvara is, the route is through yourself. Unfortunately, people start from outdoor, not from themselves. You put one statue or form somewhere, this is the God. Or it is somewhere else. Nothing wrong if that leads you to yourself. But if it is permanently banished outside, Ishvara is different, I am different. Do I need a scripture for it, teacher for it? That is why you are the route through which You can go to the truth, the absolute. How nice it is, tell me. It's like, think, just making an example. Suppose, examples will be limited, but you can take it. Suppose there is a temple there. Whoever comes, they have to pass through our ashram to go there. How easy for you to go there? Because whoever goes, take a lift. Because they have to pass through our village. To know God, if you have to pass through yourself, think. To know God, suppose you have to pass through yourself. Think of it. How easy it makes. Why? Because you have to have your encounter. Through you, you have to go. So first to go on to yourself is so nice. Understanding yourself. And that gives you total relief, like moksha, liberation. When you know yourself, jivan mukta, living, liberated. Living because body is there, liberated because you know yourself. Mame vaye prapadyante, mayamidam tarandite. So when they know themselves, that itself is ignorance is gone. And that indeed is Ishvara. Therefore, the three things, gross, this maya, ignorance, gunas, waking, dream, deep sleep, avidya, kama, karma, everything you completely lose out. And so those who know me or they know Ishvara, no problem. Or else, read the next one. Whereas the persons who do not know me, what happens? Those who know me, they are free. Those who do not know me, what happens? Namam duskrutino mudaha prapadyante naradhamaham mayaya paruta jnana asuram bhavamasritaha chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukrutinarjuna arto jigyasurartharthi jnani cha bharatarshava namam duskrutino mudha prapadyante naradhamaham mayaya paruta jnanaha asuram bhavamasritaha chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukrutinarjuna arto jigyasurartharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. So those are the people, he said that, think of it. Namam duskrutino arjuna mudha prapadyante naradhamaha. Those people, please see, the way to the absolute, the God, Ishvara, is through you. Just like if you want to understand the nature of the water, think, if you want to understand the nature of the water. If you want to understand the nature of the water, you take one molecule of water. And if that little molecule of water is 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen makes it water, however vast it is, a river, a ocean, whatever it is, 7 seas, is nothing but a huge drop of H2O. You cannot take the whole ocean into the laboratory. You take 1 drop. You go for a medical test into the hospital. The doctor says you should have a blood test. And when they are doing the blood test, do they drain you out? Completely drain you out. No. 10 cc of blood they will take. In that 10 cc of blood, whatever is your cholesterol, your sugar, your RBC, WBC, whatever the lipid profile when they make it, whatever that is there, that is the same thing in the whole body. They don't drain you out. Same way. You want to understand the whole universe? You are the access point, the beginning. Human being is the beginning. You are the beginning. Because in your presence, creation is a mystery. In your absence, creation means nothing. In your presence, creator is a mystery. In your absence, creator means nothing. Whether God exists or not, creation exists or not, creator exists or not, these questions will not arise unless questioner, you, are existing. If you exist, creation is a question. If you exist, creator is a riddle. If you don't exist, neither the creation nor the creator is a riddle. So who is greater riddle? You are the creation. You are the creator. You are the riddle. So where should you begin? With yourself or the God? Religious people begins with God. That is why I suffer throughout life. Secular people dismiss everything. Therefore they also suffer. In self-knowledge, total awareness of yourself, neither you dismiss, neither you condone, nor you condemn. Universe has its place. It begins with me. As I told you, even the topmost mathematician, brilliant, super duper mathematician, postdoctoral, begins with 0, 1. If you don't understand 1, you are not going to understand 2. You don't understand any number. Why? There is no other number other than the 1. What is 2? 1 plus 1. What is 3? 1 plus 1 plus 1. 4? 5? You count. Why should I count? You suffer. Why should I suffer? What is 7? What is 100? 1 plus 1. You say. Suppose that number is not there, you have to go to the market and say, I want 1 mango. Then he has to count how many ones you have to. What a headache. That is why there is a number 9. But because there is a number 9, don't forget 1. Because there is a wave or the ocean, don't forget the drop. The drops make it. Why people are now trying in medical science and other things also, genetic code they are trying to break. Why? What is that genetical defect? What is that? They should take it away so that the fellow doesn't become asthmatic. Genetical modified seeds now. You remove that, all the corns looking straight. All the cows will look exactly the same way. What a waste. There should be differences, but then anyway, you can remove the defect. From where? Not from the human being. Source. This is a material source of the material man. Man is not only matter, neither the universe, consciousness, yourself. So you go into the self, the source, the absolute. You begin with that. So the path to the totality, call it Ishvara, God, whatever you like, is yourself. Mame vai prapadyante mayame tam tarantite. Hey Arjuna, those who come to me, and the access point is yourself. Etam mayam taranti. They go beyond this ignorance. Avidya, kama, karma. Ignorance, desire, action, all these things. Whereas, ye duskrutinaha mudaha. Mam na naradhamaha, mam na prapadyante mayaya aparhuta jnana asuram bhavamasita. There are many people, aparhuta jnana maya, because under the spell of this ignorance, they lose sight of themselves. Any time, you think, take simple example, In any moment of your life, when you have been angry, remember, you can't remember, very rare you get angry, so. All right. If you remember your rare moments of anger, hatred, jealousy, you want to somebody, right? In any moment of anger, any moment of hatred, any moment of jealousy, any moment of inferiority complex, if you sit down calmly, after that mood is over, you shall look back at, you shall know that time you forgot yourself. You cannot be rude without forgetting who you are. As long as you remember, I am the son of my father, I am the son of my mother, they are my parents, they have done so much for me, he is my brother, she is my sister, she is my friend, she is my teacher. If you don't forget it, you will be respectful. But suppose you want a boy, you want a man, you want a girl, you want a laddu, you want a diamond, and your father says, nothing doing. Your mother says, you think I'm stupid? You can't have it. Then what does the fellow think? Enemy number one. Now you forget. Your anger, your desire, kama, krodha, lust, passion, completely shadows. Overtakes the person that you are. That is why, remember that incident where the prince of Kathmandu shut down his father, mother, sister, brother, everybody. Royal massacre. Why? The girl he wanted to marry was not approved. The lover in him ditched. So the son in him forgotten. Brother in him forgotten. Now jilted lover. Any time you commit a crime, think, all other roles are forgotten. The disappointment takes over. That is where you hate everybody, you hate mankind, you hate the creation, you hate God, you hate everything. Why? I am jilted, I am destroyed, I am disappointed. My brother cheated me. I don't believe in anybody anymore. True. Very much true. Why? Because you are now forgetting who you are. Such people, mayaya aparuta jnana. Mayaya jnanam aparutam. You lose sight of yourself under the spell of ignorance, raga, dvesha, moha. Either definite like, definite dislike, and a delusional attitude in life. Please understand. Such people, asuram bhavamasrita, asura, asun pranan rakshati, asura. Okay, and asura, that one, asuram bhavamasrita, asura means the one who Rakshas buddhi. Wants to protect himself at the cost of others. My interest comes first. Today's world, Mr. Me. Me. If I don't get, nobody should get. What a headache. Huh? That adjustment, little turning around. Why people tell somebody childish? Child says what? Oh, my flower. Don't touch my flower. My car. Baby. Children, how do they say? My toy. My toy. Don't touch it. Your toy. My toy. My toy. My toy. Huh? Just think of it. Your toy is my toy. My toy also my toy. But your toy is not my toy. Eh? Me. Asura. Forgets himself. And tasmat duskrutinah. Duskrutinah, the people who are papakarina, meaning they hurt themselves and therefore they can hurt others easily. You know who can hurt other people easily? One who can hurt himself easily can hurt others easily. If you can feel hurt, you shall not mind hurting others. To work on that principle. If you feel hurt, you easily hurt everybody. Suppose you don't feel hurt, you will not hurt anybody. Why? You don't understand the language of feeling hurt. I'm happy with myself. You can't hurt me. Therefore, by chance, you think you have hurt me, then you come back and say, Swamiji, I'm sorry, I should not have told you about what? Because I have not registered. It doesn't matter to me because you cannot hurt me. Therefore, even if somebody commits a mistake, even before asking for forgiveness, you are forgiven because it's not registered. Whereas a person who feels hurt easily can hurt others. Are you getting that? When you feel hurt, easily you can hurt others. Easily. You have absolutely no choice. You can justify. Oh, the world is hurting me, why shall I not hurt the world? What about the world giving you the life in the first place? That is when you look at yourself, you become a different person altogether. You don't depend upon anything or anybody for your happiness in life. You are the happiness itself. Shivoham, Shivoham. As Bhagavan says, you only saw that. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Hey Arjuna, there is nothing other than me. Therefore, duskrutino mudaha, deluded ones, not knowing themselves, prapadyante muda namam prapadyante naradhamaha, naradhama, almost like baser human beings, adhama naraha, like subhuman species. The person loses its sense of knowledge, sense of being, doesn't understand himself, and therefore asura bhavam asrita, hurts himself, hurts everybody, does not know me. Whereas one who chooses to be aware of himself, that becomes the gateway. So in you are both. You can choose to be, understand, you can choose. In you it is there. You can choose to be happy, you can choose to be unhappy. Do not hold somebody responsible for your unhappiness or happiness. Understand, it's such a matured standpoint. By chance, listen carefully, neither be cause of somebody's happiness. You may enjoy it for some time. When somebody says, oh, you are so nice, you make me so happy. Now don't feel flattered. Because the fellow's mood will change. They'll say, you stupid, you made me unhappy. True? You don't know what to do. If you are somebody's cause of happiness, don't flatter yourself. Just a matter of time, you shall be punctured. Nor you consider somebody as the source of your happiness. If you consider somebody or something as the source of your happiness, either the person changes or your mood changes, the whole thing will collapse. Are you happy? Yes. Why? No reason. Then you are a happy person. Are you happy? Yes. Beautiful weather. Weather changes, happiness changes. Are you happy? Yes. Squirrel is singing. A squirrel stops after 2 seconds. Ayyo, happiness gone. Are you happy? Yes, because Shiva is sleeping in the classroom. And now he has gone. Ayyo, my best student has gone. It will be miserable. If there is a reason, understand, if there is a reason for your happiness, you are not a happy person in life. Happy because I am the happiness itself. Such a person can never be affected by anybody. And that is why the best relationship where is existing. I am happy with myself, you are happy with yourself. I am self-sufficient, you are self-sufficient. We stay together. Why? Convenience. That is like a dream of a relationship, song of a relationship. Because there is no emptiness, no void, there is no emptiness to be filled up. I am very confident of myself. You are very confident of yourself. We are friends. Why? What else to do? The best thing that can happen. That is why Ishvara, Jiva and Ishvara, when a person knows about this himself, he is no more a beggar in the street of God. What type of people they become? Read. I mean, we have already read it. Next 2 verses you read, we shall see that. Chaturvida bhajante mam Jana sukrutino arjuna Arto jigyasurartharthi Jnani cha bharatarshava Tesham jnani nitya yuktah Eka bhaktir vishishyate Priyo hi jnaninotyartham Aham sacha mama priyah Chaturvidha bhajante mam Jana sukrutinarjuna Arto jigyasurartharthi Jnani cha bharatarshava Tesham jnani nitya yuktah Eka bhaktir vishishyate Priyo hi jnaninotyartham Aham sacha mama priyah. Right, so please see the beauty of it is. Chaturvidha, so there are two types of people, duskrutino and sukrutinaha. The person unaware of himself commits crime. Crime means anger, hatred, jealousy, all in the moments of forgetfulness. And doesn't accept anything other than himself. Like the ultimate icon, the individuality ultimate icon, Mr. I. There is nobody other than me, my interest. That is how the average person in today's world. There is no belief in something other than himself. Forgets the whole macrocosm. The person thinks he is self-made, swayambhu. The person thinks he is self-made. I did everything all by myself. So, did you create your body by yourself? What about intelligence? Did you fix little grey matter inside you? I did everything, you know. Most people nowadays do not believe in all these things. In the light of all that you have understood is a different thing. Just please see now. Very beautiful. A person can claim that, oh, we don't need God. There is a conference where the human beings, they started doing everything that the God could do, including the cloning the person. They cloned the dolly, the pig, the sheep, now the dog. Now they are cloning and trying to clone up human beings. There is a religious group. Could you believe it? Today's newspaper I was reading, this boy who died, no, it is Michael Jackson. He went to a religious group. That forget the name, the very funny name, I can't remember that. There a group, he went there, attended that meeting where they believe in cloning. Cloning is the only way of immortality. That's a religion. Like Star Trek, many people, they believe Star Trek is the ultimate in religion. There are some people, followers, nuts, full followers. But don't say nuts, he will sue you in the court. Okay, anyway, the person thinks that he doesn't believe in God. Because they can clone people, they can create things. We don't need God, we can create, we can seed the rain cloud and the rain can come. So when all these things they are doing, they say we don't believe in God. So they had a story, a conference, invited God also and said, you retire. There was a proposal. God, you retire. You are not needed now. We can take care of ourselves. Like the baby tells the mother, Mom, I don't need you anymore. Why? I know how to get food. The 4-year-old fellow comes back from the school, throws the bag here, throws the pant here, throws the shoes there, and opens the fridge, takes his milk and food, everything, then goes to play. And mom comes back. Baby, come home. No, you don't have to be here. I don't need mom anymore. Why? I know how to get my food. How? Open the fridge. The fellow doesn't understand. Mommy prepared it. kept it on the lower thing and not on the high. The high also you have to put up a table and he may fall. Will the child ever understand that? How do you get the food? Open the fridge. Mom is not required anymore. So like this they told God, retire. You are not needed anymore. Because we know how to produce electricity, how to produce all these things, everything, genetically modified seed also, cloning, everything. So you retire. God says, wow, really? So you can't do everything all that I can do? He said, yes. Then God said, all right. Story, eh? He said, all right. Let us produce something. Let us make something from this clay. I am taking a handful of clay. You produce, I produce something out of it. Man said, okay. God took a handful of clay. So the man also taking a handful of clay. God says, no, stop. Why? Bring your clay. Bring your clay. Don't use my clay and dismiss me. Are you getting that point, please? Do you understand the point? I take your help to start a business, then bump you out. How nice. Self-made. What is self-made? Capital is somebody's. Capital is somebody's. But I am self-made. You know. Why? I studied. Yes, true, you studied, no doubt about it. But who taught you? Who taught you ABCD? Who taught you A? Oh, I am the sprinter, the fastest bolt. Like a bolt from the blue I go, eh? But who gave you the body? You created your own body. So such people are there. They suffer heavily in life. Why? They don't know. There is a joke. The communists have a trouble in life. Why? Neither in the moment of happiness nor in the moment of misery, they don't know whom to call. Suppose you are very happy, you say, oh God, or you are very angry, oh God, very good. Now if you are a non-believer, whom do you call? The communists have a tough time. They can't call God. Anyway, there are people like that. Duskrutina. Leave them apart. Among the people, those who are sensible, believes, because please understand that a belief in God means belief in yourself. If a belief in God transfers your belief to something, you lose your self-confidence. Watch out the statement. Why people have lost their self-confidence? Because you have now put your faith, invested your faith in money, therefore no self-confidence. No money, your confidence gone. No job, your confidence is gone. No beauty, confidence is gone. No youth, your confidence is gone. Because your confidence comes from beauty, riches, education, job, the area in which your house exists, whom you count as your friends, what type of pedigree dog you have. This is the average person's source of confidence. Therefore, always rattled by the confidence. The self-confidence is shattered. You cannot accept somebody having a better dog, better car, better house, better wife, better husband, better child, better job. You are continuously destroyed. So you keep yourself literally wrapped up under your own little delusion. You don't want to meet somebody greater because your confidence will be shattered. If secular man finds his confidence transferred to job, money, youth, object, religious man transfers his confidence to some faith, some God, some belief. That is why the religious person becomes fanatic. If you take away that belief, he is finished. Just like I have the money in my bag. If you take away my money bag, oh, I'll be destroyed. Whatever I am holding on to, snatch it from me, I'll be destroyed. You snatch the faith of the faithful, you will be destroyed. So that type of confidence, When you believe in something and that gives you confidence, that creates low self-confidence, because in the absence of that object, the source, if the source is snatched or taken away, your confidence is gone. So this self-confidence does not come by transferring your confidence to something or somebody, let it be secular or a religious symbol. But self-confidence comes from seeing that strength in yourself. So having the faith in God means, ultimately it must mean faith in yourself. And that is the knowledge you see here. Bhagavan already said, no? Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Arjuna, there is nothing other than me. You start with yourself, reach the totality. Absolute self-confidence. But people give confidence. Why people spend millions of rupees, millions of dollars in cosmetic surgery? My nose like this gives me bad confidence. So I want a straight nose. Your nose can be very straight, but your mind will be very crooked. Don't worry. I must look ooh. How long you can look ooh. The more you try to look, everything falls apart. How long can you? Kill yourself. Kill yourself. That is why when your confidence level goes away, you cannot reach out to people. When you are confident, your phone rings. When your confidence goes away, phone never rings. Why? Because you don't want to relate to people. Everybody must be thinking, I am poor. Everybody must be thinking, I am poor. Are you thinking you are poor? Never ask that question. How many people ask the question? Everybody must be thinking, I don't have a job. So everybody must be thinking, they have nothing else to do. You are the people, you are the only one, the object of your thought, everybody's thought in this universe. But that is how a person with low self-confidence drags everything onto himself. I think nobody likes me. Why? I have no dog in my house. Amma. I don't think anybody likes me because I go in a Honda car. No Ferrari. So you kill yourself to get a Ferrari. And by the time you get the Ferrari, you have no friends. Why? How many people have Ferrari? Just understand. It's so difficult. So passing on the confidence, listen carefully. Believing in God does not mean passing on your confidence to a God or unknown something, either secular or religious. The belief in God means it must induce the belief in yourself. That is what. So Chaturvidha, you shall see now, 4 types of people. Sukrutina, all the 4 are wonderful. Sukrutina, because those who are total non-believers dismiss everything, they dismiss themselves also. Because that is why they become very insecure. A non-believer becomes very insecure because his belief is in changing things. You are a multimillionaire. Your belief is in your millions. One stock exchange disaster, the fellow walks into the sea, kills himself. I'm very, very confident. Why? Because I am the top football player. 80 million euros. Okay? Now then what happens? Yesterday, again, this newspaper report. I listen to or read these things just to give you examples. There's nonsense in that. The whole thing is garbage. There is nothing to read. But as you can see that, you have to read the garbage so that you can make some sense. It's Paris Hilton. There is one Hilton hotel chain, you know, that Paris Hilton. Now she was hanging around, dating around with one boy, this Ronaldo, you know, big football boy. Now he has gone to Spanish League in Spain for only $80 million, only. Okay, so that fellow. Now what happens? Now she was asked today, how come you are not dating him anymore? I don't want to end up as a footballer's wife. Everybody told her we are the new Porsche and Beckham. That other couple, Beckham and that other girl, no? London girl, Spice Girl. So everybody told we are going to be new Porsche and Beckham. I don't want to be footballer's wife. How much does it give the confidence to the footballer now? You may be $1 million, 80, are you getting that? You may be $1 million footballer, but one girl can sufficiently puncture you out. And you are emotionally punctured. You can be the top footballer. You are, as an individual, you are finished. Because one woman, and who counts, because in your vision he counts, and she says, you are nuts. I don't want to be known as a footballer's wife. That means to be a footballer is just infra-dig, useless. Think. That much for your self-confidence. He may not even play game afterwards if he is that stupid to listen to her. So how do you make your self-confidence in the secular world? Then you shall tell, oh, her commentary means nothing. What has she got to, what has achievement? Suddenly you fight each other. Lovers. Now you are fighting. What has she got to her credit that she can comment on the footballers? So now two wonderful people loving each other, now they are mongoose and snake. How beautiful. Finished. Then friend of the friend also cannot meet. You understand the comfortable level? This is how people destroy themselves. Low self-confidence. But the world is dazzled by that. What car I have got, what house I have got, what travel I have got, what this I have got, what that I have got, one son or daughter or car or dog. If you depend on these changing things, as the mood changes, your confidence level goes up and down, roller coaster ride. Same thing if you believe in a God, in a faith, you become fanatic. Why people are killing in the name of a God? You mean God wants that killing? Because without that faith, he is nobody. Without that multitude, thousands of people believing in the same thing. So you don't believe in the God now, you believe in the crowd. Because if you don't believe in, you won't be in the crowd. You'll be alone, you are afraid. So you want to be part of the big crowd. So follower, believers. Low self-confidence, such people are destructive. Sukruti no Arjuna Maharaj, in contrast, one who believes that there is something other than me. And he starts with that, but you should not end up with that. So 4 types of people, those who are sensible, they will look for me. Who are they? Gives a description, beautiful list. 4 types of Sukrutino Janaha, Chaturvidha, 4 types of people. Who are those 4? Artha, Jigyasu, Artharthi, Jnani cha Bharatarshava. Hey Arjuna, these are the 4 types of people who shall look for me, the truth. Me means look for themselves, look for the truth. Who are they? Starts with the first variety, Artha. So human, see this. The description is absolutely fantastic. Artha. Artha means what? Artha iti arti parita gruhyate taskara vyagra rogadina abhibhutaha apannaha. This is the artha. Artha means helpless. Oh God, artha. Because affected by falling. Who are the ones who pray God? First variety is artha. Who find themselves surrounded by adversity. They are overwhelmed by dangerous, inconducive situations in life. Taskara. Affected by thieves, tigers, means natural disasters, diseases, people angry, hateful, jealous, so type of people. Their life is miserable. My mother-in-law makes my life miserable. My father makes my life miserable. My sister makes my life miserable. My friends makes my life miserable. My government makes my life miserable. My job makes me miserable. My friend makes me miserable. Oh God. That's the first variety. General variety. Are you getting that? This is artha. You feel, understand, you feel totally overwhelmed in life. You find yourself in a very adverse situation. Non-believer, but suddenly there is a, affected by cancer. Oh, Now he wants to go to every temple, every place. Believer. Job gone. Disease comes. Family breaks down. Somebody you like becomes a drug addict. Something somewhere happens. Artha, oh God, please. Why? Helpless. Artha. That is one variety. Maximum number of people are like that. So, one variety. Remember, when he is praying God, is he praying for God's sake or getting out of the problem? He prays God, but not for God's sake. To get out of the problem. So what is he praying for now? If I get the job, you exist. If I don't get the job, photo floats in the river water. So whom am I worshipping? My dream or God? Most people are that category. Artha. The next one is Artharthi. Arthasya Arthi. Arthasya Arthi means, God, only one car, please give me the second car. Only one job, please see that the packet goes up. Now only 10,000, let it be 100,000 every month. Artharthi. Arthasya Arthi. Only one house, that also in suburb, please give it in right downtown Madras. Not one house, can I have a 100-story apartment? Artharthi. Arthasya Arthi. More. Not that I don't have. I have, but I want more. Arthasya Arthi. Artharthi. That is another set of people. Little more. They also pray. One who is starving, praying. Other who is eating, wants a better food. He also prays. Starving, oh God, please, not even a piece of bread, I want. But the fellow is so smart, one fellow was praying, God, give me something, give me something, give me something. Going on praying. And he did not get it. Therefore he said, God, okay, whatever you give me, I'll give you half. So he struck a deal with the God. Whatever you give me, I give you half. Struck a deal. Like people do for Tirupati. It is half of it you'll get. Then he got a 50 paisa coin. On the road as he was walking down, he got a 50 paisa coin. And he said, God, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you also for taking your half already. You have given me half, other half already you have taken, so thank you. You can compromise, compromise, compromise. And these people, Artha and Artharthi, these two varieties, they are because they feel cornered, then only they pray. Or desirous of something, obsessed with a second house, third house, fourth, some nonsense like that. Or call it nonsense, call it dream, okay? Cornered by that, this person also prays. And when they pray, they also expect, by doing that puja, their job is over. Now God must do everything. Like the fellow looking for the lottery. The fellow wanted a jackpot, $25 million. God, lotto, 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 lotto. God, please, this lotto. Some people pray God, some people pray dog man, God man. You know that? Oh, some people, they come and ask. No, if only he is God, if you ask him, if you get a number, it will be nice. Then, if that fellow can tell you the number, now why is he asking donations from others? Whether you are asking or not asking, why are you waiting for people to give you money? For what? What you should do, take a trip to America and play California Lotto for 4 or 5 weeks. You shall not need anybody's help. 22 million, 40 million, 100 million, and sometimes you organize that way because you are God, no? Organize that, nobody gets lottery for next 10 weeks. So it goes into a massive 250 million US. Win it and come back. Build your empire. You are God, no? Person can't say anything. So the people want that, can you? Dreamers get disappointed. Anyway, so he said, God, please give me a lotto. 25 million. Then after 5 years, he never got anything. He said, all right, God, 5 million will do. Reduced. If you can't give 25, 5, then 1. Also 100,000. No, story it is. Then a voice comes from the top. Purchase a ticket. At least purchase a ticket. And if you don't purchase a ticket, who can make you win? It's like telling, please improve my mark in my exams. Suppose, like in many times in the examination it happens. Some children work very hard before exams. Some children work very hard after exams. Those who work hard before exams, they are confident, they do that. Those who after examination means what? Running around and finding out where the papers have gone, who has got the paper, how much money he needs. So you take the bundle and go there and you talk to the examiner. Sir, can you give me 100%? If you give me 80%, 5 lakhs rupees. 100%, 20 lakhs rupees, sir. And the examiner, poor man is he said, all right, one fool, if I give 100, how does it matter? Who is going to know it anyway? I'll make him to write down and give the mark. Okay, what is your roll number? 415. All right. 413, 416, 414, 416. What is your roll number? 415. Sir, I did not appear the exam. If you did not appear the examination, who can improve upon your mark? But the devotees, means donkeys, they expect that. I don't do nothing, God should do everything. Oh, he has nothing else to do. Only waiting for your grace. Do your part. That is where it comes. You do your part. Allow him to do what he wants to do. Karmanyeva adhikarame ma phaleshu kadachan. Full privilege over action. Do your part. You can study and then you say, God, I should be a first class. How on earth? You do your part. Even if it doesn't work, so what? You have done your part. Satisfied. Confidence. Yes. So sweet. Good boy. So cute. Okay. Think of it. So artharthi. These are the two varieties, please understand. Now jigyasu, the third variety, comes in between. Because from artha you can be jigyasu, from artharthi you can be jigyasu. Jigyasu means jnatum ichhu, desirous of knowing what is God. He also prays God, but he does not want, he doesn't pray because he is cornered, nor he prays because he has a dream, but he wants to know what it is. He is more matured. Why? When I was in danger, I got the hint of relief. What is that? I prayed for a house. Strange, I got it. How? Whoever is responding, what is that God? Jigyasu. From the transition can take place. Please understand, everybody begins as artha, artharthi. Nobody straight away begins with, what is God? I want to understand God. Don't talk nonsense. It may start with a belief in God. Listen carefully. It may start with a belief in God. Therefore you want to know, what is that nonsense God I am believing in? Okay, be a questioner. Or you may start with a disbelief in God. You can also question, what is that God I am not believing in? Both ways you are a questioner. So don't say non-believers have no chance. Non-believers also. Because the person should be open. If I say in my room, there is an ivory statue. Big 1 foot ivory statue in my room is there. Is there or not? What shall you say? To say yes, you must see. To say no, you must also see which is not. Is there a God? To say yes, you must know what is that God. To say no also, you must know what is that who is not. That is why simple believers are as helpless as even non-believers. Non-believers are not smart. Non-believers are stupid. A believer who condemns himself to a belief, a believer who remains at the level of belief also is stupid. It doesn't achieve anything. When his belief is questioned, as much he is disturbed as even when the non-believer's disbelief is questioned, he is also disturbed. Because disbelief also is a belief. So a believer is as vulnerable as even the non-believer. The non-believer will not engage himself in description and in discussion because he has already concluded before even knowing what it is. A believer also concluded without knowing what it is. Both have pre-gone conclusions. That is why both are helpless. You can disturb a believer by questioning his belief. You can disturb a non-believer by questioning his belief, which is a disbelief. Both are vulnerable. Wise man, understanding means understanding neither belief or disbelief. But with a belief, you stand a better chance to question. That is why artharthi can be jigyasu. You got the goodies from your father, no? Then you want to know, who is this uncle who is sending every day? Every time you come home for your birthday, there is a gift. Who has sent mama? Who has sent it? Your uncle. After 2-3 years, when you grow up, who is this uncle? Every birthday comes a gift. Who? You grow up in life. Certain things happens without your choice. Why? How? Question. Such a person, jigyasu. And then, that is the third variety. And the last one is jnani cha bharatarshava. The jigyasu culminates in jnani. Jnantum ichchu, desirous of knowing. Jnantum ichcha jigyasa. Jnantum ichchu jigyasu, one who desirous of knowing. I want to know once for all what is this God. When you fulfill that desire, jnani janati jnana. Knows. So you start with ignorance. Helpless or desirous of certain thing. Then jigyasu. Either of the two can converge in being a jigyasu. You can be desirous of knowing it. And when you desirous of knowing it, you know it. When you know it, begins your total self-confidence. So belief in God ultimately should instill the belief in yourself. Or belief in yourself. When you know who you are, go on to God. Either from the God, come to yourself, or from yourself, go to God. Both is fine. But the real one is, easy, more sensible path for average person is, begin with himself. Then go on to the totality. Okay, Jnani cha bharatarshava. We shall see tomorrow morning. Among them, Arjuna. All of these are beautiful. Whereas Jnani, ultimate. Close your eyes. Look at yourself. Which category you belong? Are you a Duskrutina, Naradhama? Or Sukrutina? Are you Artha? Do you believe because you are cornered in life? Or do you believe because you have a dream to be fulfilled? Or are you interested in knowing what it is? Or the mystery of life overwhelms you? To know about myself. From there, you go into the totality Ishvara. From individual, you go on to yourself, Ishvara. From the wave, you go into ocean. Jnani cha bharatarshava. Where you see clearly, He alone is. Thank you, friends.